our our need. Yeah. So that for conference, what we do here, I'm gonna talking a little bit regarding to company invest PPM. Yes, conference we focus on food technology, and PPM we focus on pharmaceutical product in Cambodia, and we export a lot to the international market. Yes, as you can see here, we start up since 2001. That means over 20 years already that we develop the product and we export to the international market with the quality and the quantity manner too. And for the conference, it is our vision is to create the job and to conserve the know-how of the people. Yes, this all that to increase the economic of Cambodia and the standard life of the people Cambodia. Yeah. Yes, we have many products from the palm tree. Yeah. As you can see behind of your table, there's a table of conference, and in the handbag organizer provides you. There are also some product from the conference you can see, and you can appreciate with the quality of product, with the organic product, geographical product from the palm tree. Yeah. So that it's not all, and here's compost paper. There is compost paper, red, black, and white, and also we have a pepper sauce. Yes, thank you to the customer this morning. He come to see us and he satisfied very much on our product here. And also we have for compost pepper tea. Compost pepper tea, we use the tea flower. I mean the tea inflorescence to produce herbal tea. Yeah, to produce herbal tea. Yeah, and the tea is also. And the tea is also registered in Europe country as a property, intellectual property. Yeah. And where we export our product right now? Yes, we export to many countries, around 15 countries in the world. We export to France, EU, France, Canada, USA, something like that. It's for all. Conference to regarding to the advanced technology development. Yeah. Right now we use what we call system cadenas system in order to facilitate and to manage the HR and also we use what we call ERP system in order to facilitate and to improve the process of production, to improve our production. So we have something like that and ask, is it enough? For sure it is not enough to answer your question. It is not enough because we need more development and we need more hours, more human resource, having a lot of high capacity to improve our productivity, so that we need to work together with the government, together with the school to develop our next generation, yeah, in order to develop the skill, so that we are here today, ready to work closely with school or government school to sharpening our our next generation for the industry 4.0. And for sure, yeah, for sure, without education, education, we would not be here today for sure. So that everybody need to be ready for the development, advanced technology development for sharpening our. Okay, thank you for.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator and all speakers. So I hope you all are still here with us. Before we have a lunch break, we would like to proceed to another session. So I would like to invite Dr. Viet Chan Theng to be the moderator of the session 2. Please. Due to the time is fair, I would like to inform the speakers that we would like to request you to shorten the presentation. And Mr. Viet, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to invite the Caesar like this can our discussion. Invite Maria, Low, and then Now we have only 30 minutes to presentation and then discuss, but having to the time it is to allow each of presenter only 5 minutes for presentation. anyone can this manual, and then we see while we out each our speaker clearly, you can connect the inbox to email or contact by. And if you have a question, you can contact with that directly. Now, the first one I would like to Dr. Sihanouk from Malaysia. He is head of ICT department. Synergies in converting them into Tibet to prepare the student for language and job market. Please, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. So hello everyone, I'm Sihanouk. I'm an English language teacher and teaching at a vocational school in Sabah, Malaysia, which is in East Malaysia. So I'm going to talk about STEM, STEM in Tibet. I think you all know what STEM is: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And in Malaysia, Malaysia is an oriented country, and we do academic exams, Tibet is seen as something academically inclined people, and most parents and the community believe that it's an education that is not exactly meant for high achievement, and some discipline like STEM exactly meant for Tibet students, because I'm teaching at a vocational school. But I feel like Tibet and STEM, they go hand in hand, they complement each other, and we're talking about interdisciplinary approach in which STEM should be a part of Tibet. So, we know STEM, but there are lots of variations of STEM, and I'm going to talk briefly about some of them. So let's go with STEAM, arts. Sorry, okay, it's here, okay. What? Okay. STEM, arts. So arts stands for aesthetic, communication skills, and empathy. Am I pointing it here? Is that... Sorry, I'm still confused. Aesthetic is art, and it's part of STEM plus arts. Because when we talk, we need food. We eat food every day. And why do we eat food? Because we need energy. But people don't just eat plain-looking, tasteless food. People will love to eat food that is visually appealing, food that is tasty, and it has lots of flavors. Why? Because it's something that is the way we see, the way we hear it, the food as well, and looks, and of course the smell. When we talk about Tibet, and we are training our students whether to produce food, whether to build buildings, we need to take into account of designing things, of creating things by taking into consideration the aesthetic part of it, because people don't just want a plain-looking building or plain-looking food. They want something that really appeals to them. So for aesthetic is part of art, which is part of STEM, and that's very important for us to integrate in Tibet. Art for communication, yes, that's very important. For the students, our Tibet teachers, they have all these excellent ideas, but it's very important for you to be able to communicate your ideas, because if you can't communicate your ideas well, you have all these great ideas and people just what you are trying to say or present or trying to get across. And when we talk about communication, it's a two-way interaction. It's not just presenting. It's not like I'm just talking to you, but it's about us listening to other people and listening to feedback. And I think that it's important. Somebody has mentioned about thinking. The stage of design thinking is empathy. Our ability to put into other people, our ability to put ourselves into other people's shoes. It's like senior citizens. People come up with, senior citizens, they have difficulties going to the toilet, so let's create a portable toilet for them. But we fail to put ourselves into their shoes. They have this, our people of that age, they still have dignity. They don't want to be in toilets wherever they go. So there are certain things that we need to consider when we are training our students to be innovative. And that is for them to be able to put themselves, to have empathy. And I thought that's because it's too much on technical skills, cognitive development, but we fail to acknowledge feel emotions and, of course, Pill Pack, that's an example of design thinking. STEAMI, it stands for plus invention plus entrepreneurship. Has 4 processes: the scientific method, the engineering design, the invention process, and the entrepreneurship process. So I'm sorry for this table, it looks very complex, but it's just to differentiate the process. Scientific method, we ask a question. So we train our students to ask a question, because that's what scientific is all about. And when it comes to engineering design, well, in scientific methods, we ask questions and we try to find out the answers to that questions. In engineering design, we receive the problem. That means we already know it has, or people are aware of it. It's in the research, and we try to solve that. Now, it's very different. It's very different with the invention process. The invention process, we don't receive a problem, we find a problem. In the other word, we identify a problem and we try to solve that problem. So it's a little bit more specific. It's not like you try to solve a problem that everybody knows, but you're trying to identify a problem that people are not aware of, actually a problem, and we try to solve it. And last part is entrepreneurship. You want to expand it, you want to commercialize it, so that's where entrepreneurship comes in. So we train our students to be to be scientists, or to be able to apply scientific skills, to be engineers, inventors, and entrepreneurs. So E-STEM, it's environmental STEM. Okay, yeah. So environmental STEM, that's very important. Everybody talks about the environment. So I'm just going to go to the next slide. And that people, planet, and profit. When you want to train our students to, it has to fit the people and benefit the people. But at the same time, it has to be able to conserve the environment, because benefit the people might like it, it harms the environment, so that's bad. But in the end of the day, we also need to be able to make profit out of it, because if it's good for the people, for the planet, but if we can't make profit, then we will go bankrupt. So these 3 P is in principle: people, planet, profit. Bubble, it's very famous in the early 2000s. In 2000s, people are talking about solar energy, and there are so many companies on solar energy and solar panels, and most of these companies, they fail, they became bankrupt because they didn't take into consideration of the P's. But then Tesla, I think you all know that, it's one of the examples of companies that has been successfully implementing the 3P. It's good for the planet, they're making profit, and people like it. It seems it's a cool car that they are producing, and celebrities are using it too. So there's this concept, it's called STEAM methods, STEAM plus logic. It's a computational thinking. So we use them to identify patterns, to mimic the nature, like echolocation. We learned that from bats and dolphins, and we are able to create technology that can mimic this kind of system. So that's what computational thinking is all about. So I think that's all. Thank you so much.
You write for Dr. Savan for presentation, very interesting about thinking outside of STEM. They can apply to now we would like to invite Ms. Preah for the presentation. Only 5 minutes for the presentation.
Should I click here or here? Okay, thank you. Selamat pagi, Jumrip Su, and good morning, distinguished guests. My name is Marchalia Low. I am the founder and director of Academy of Careers and Technology. And today, the top of my presentation, I will skip a bunch of my slides because as I was sitting in the, as a participant, I can hear the stomach of the others are growing. So I was trying to shorten down, and then if you wish to learn more about our academy and what we're doing at the booth at the back, there's a lot of QR codes that you can scan. So I will make my presentation brief by going into the point, and here we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay. A few things that's quite interesting about us is only three. The first, we are the first private technical high school in Cambodia that launched digital media design training along line with tourism skill. So we are a new academy. By the favor and the gracious support of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport, His Excellency Dr. Naron awarded us with accreditation in 2018. And in 2020, we formulated our first digital media design curriculum and launched it as the first high school who is doing official training for students to acquire their diploma through digital media design. So the reason why we started ACT, our founders wanted, I'm here, and then I also accompanied by other our academy founder, Cambodian lady, Miss Ek Chandamoni, who is sitting in a participant. If you wish to ask her for further information about our academy. The reason why we started ACT is because as we did a lot of research and work with the young people, they expressed a lack of variety in the technical skills program in Cambodia. Our founders, some of us came from Indonesia, America. We are exposed to a lot of program in the SM, in the CTE, that there's so much variety of skills that's not there. So we don't want to repeat the same kind of skills that already exist, but we're trying to launch a new one, which is digital media design and tourism. Tourism started in 2018 and digital media design in 2022. And soon we will also have app and web development going to start in 2023. Actually, app and web development, we wish to start earlier, but COVID pandemic, we had to shift our resources to maintain the existing class, so we were able to launch that. So keep in mind that some of these things that I'm presenting to you, they're still new, still ongoing, and you can say feature in these slides, I believe that all of the schools are doing pretty much the same. But one thing that I really appreciate about our school culture, the culture of small learning community, which means like our school expands from elementary to the general technical high school, but we've managed to create this environment where the different grades can work together in a project, different grades can share, can teach, can accomplish something together. And in a few weeks, we will launch our first musical performance by the elementary department. But all the ticket, the event, the costume, the public, the high school, the technical high school students. So that is the culture that we have in our school. Limit learning by grade. We don't limit learning by different. You can say it's sections. But we try to put them all together into small learning communities to accomplish something. Also, sorry, I skipped one last point. One thing that we try to do differently is we try to create subjects that's relevant to the industry today that's not exist yet, like venture development, design thinking, business for designers or freelancing, things like that is really neat but that not yet exist in any of the syllabus that we find in Cambodia. So another part that other part that we've established in the last few years is cooperation with industry partners or the private sectors. As you can see, these are some of our, this may be like 20% of our organization partners. So I would like to get into the meat of my presentation, which is this device. Okay. Oops, sorry. The device is not listening to what I want. Keep in mind, I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. This one? Okay. Try again. Where? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's go back here. So, the landscape of General Technical High School in Cambodia is a really kind of new topic for most parents and students. When we try to introduce, oh guys, let's study this, TVET school. Look at the question mark. What is TVET High School? We've never heard it before. And moreover, we're trying to launch. The student is like, oh, that's really new. I never heard that, or even talking to parents. So 80% students that enrolled in our school going into 10, they are profoundly, lacking in the most fundamental things. Literacy, ICT. Some of them have never touched a computer before. Now, they enroll in our school, and because they have the grade 9 certificate, they enrolled in grade 10, and we are given 2 to 3 years to train them to be aspiring professionals that can be able to do the job. So this is a real challenge. So in our school, we believe and we've in teaching project-based learning. In this slide, one very important approach that we are doing currently is that the student must work in a group to provide solutions, forms of products and services which solve or provide values to clients and customers. Yeah. So the second one is that we immerse with technology. In our school, we try our best, whether it be a scholarship student, whether it be student who can come from a middle-income family, try to have 1-to-1 ratio for device. So students have their own device in terms of laptops. And then we do foundational classes. So I'm not sure if you know it. We try to do a lot of foundational bootcamp kind of classes to boost up the students' competency in terms of the language, ICT, soft skills, to catch up with the things that they're missing. So I would just like to share you this story. This one student, he represents a lot of the majority of the students that we accepted in our school. When we interviewed him when he first enrolled, he said, "Teacher, one day I stood in front of a billboard and I said, wow, the billboard is so beautiful. I wonder how can one person make this? Before coming to this school, I have never heard the word design. I have never known." So he came and enrolled and now it's 2022. So I will show you the result of his work. And the question that I asked myself as I'm preparing this presentation, how did Martin progress from only having raw talents and never being exposed to any kind of art, design, technology kind of types of training into... So in the next slide, first of all is the Singapore Math Ninja website, which is ordered by our customer from Singapore. He made this website. And then some of the photography, some of the logo, the branding design. So in 1.5 years, Martin was able to work with an international client. He's able to complete the project and produce products or services that solves the client's needs. So in our project-based learning components, I believe maybe, most of the schools here today, I believe you're more advanced than our academy, but I just want to point out one thing that I think is really unique is the collaboration of a real client coming from the private sector and our school, and how our school accommodate that, integrate that into classroom learning. So in 2021, we launched a student run. So in this studio, clients, whether it be local business, they can come to our school and tell us what they need in terms of many different products that they need for the digital media design program. They will come and say, oh, can you design a logo, a website, a branding package, or can you help us to customize this menu for us, and things like that. We bring that and allow them to work with our students and through these following steps. First, the student must identify what the client needs and able to work with them, whether they be a local or international client. Second, students choose a team and volunteers. So it's not the teacher asks them to do, but they themselves need to pitch, they need to propose, hey teacher, that project, I want that work, I want to complete it. And the last one is they also bring in projects, they also can bring in any types of clients coming from their community. Maybe it's their neighbor, maybe it's parents' business. So it's a real working project into a company, into the private sector. And then the student needs to provide a solution, to pitch it, to design it, to prototype it, and they have to work, they have to manage from the start to the finish until the client is satisfied. And at the end, the clients, the customers are able to provide feedback, and we also, as a team, what things that they have not done successfully and could have done better in the future. So, as teacher management of this type of venture, where clients can work directly with our student, there are a few important roles that we play. First, we need to help the student actually in the scope of what the student is learning, and also the time frame, because there are students that still go through semester exam, national exam, monthly scores, and things like that. We also put in place the teacher as a facilitator who are willing, who are innovative and courageous to take, because some of this, when it's the student, they might not work, they might fail. So, you know, sometimes in the class, we like to contain it, we like to control everything, but this is the real work where many things can go wrong, many things can happen. Yeah. And also teacher acting like a supervisor, like in the work. So, like, they're not talking to the student, this is how you should do it. They're asking the student, what's your progress? What's the timeline? What's the deadline? Where are you at? And things like that. So, by bringing a real client into the classroom, we encounter some uncontrolled variables. We taught them using one software. They have to research and combine this and that because the client wants the text to move or animate in a certain way to accomplish the message that they want in the branding of their social media, for example. They need to work with experienced and inexperienced client coming from a big company who exactly know what they want, who exactly know the color that they want. Or they need to work with an experienced client who is in support. So as a school, with bringing real clients to honestly, one, we need to bridge the gap or make a narrow between learning and the skills the industry is seeking. Number two, the students directly understand and learn and adopt how to work in a real industry setting. The third, it's like the classroom is like a working space. You know, the classroom is like a professional environment in itself. It's no longer a school, but it's a place of education. It's a place of launching products and services. And the last, to be innovative, to take risks, because some of these projects, even the tier, we must research it due to, you've already mentioned, technology. And the technology change today than syllabus. So it keeps everybody on the edge, it keeps everybody active, progressing, motivating growth. We've products and services launch into doing this. So I hope that this small input from ACT has given value to all the participants, and thank you for listening.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nguyễn Phan Anh Quốc. I'm a rector of Ninh Thuận Vocational College, Vietnam. I have soft raw, so I can speak clearly. How you understand? Thank you. At this, I will present the content of missionary skill promotion and industrial marching from the perspective of training. My present there consists of 4 parts, but I will focus secondly and finally solution. Our school have 20 teaching staff, and every year we enroll 700 students. Through the survey, after radiation, there are over 80% of students have job. So, the last skill matching requirement of enterprise it is to monitor the suitability of skill to enterprise requirement. We do survey tool, training survey, and enterprise survey. This is tracer survey. When had the tracer survey implement, we survey students as graduated after 6 months and after 1 year. Survey content include: do students have a job? If yes, do they work in public or private sector? Is the portion of training major, and what is their average income? This follow graph show you the survey result for 119 engineering students in 2020. The student after 6 months is more than 86%, and of the majority work in the private sector with an average income of 10 million Vietnam dong per month. The next survey is enterprise survey tool. Every year we conduct a survey of about 20 business that students. They their satisfaction the student in terms of professional knowledge skill and attitude. This helps us to tailor our training program and form a I will next. About situation, difficulty, and challenge. In order the training to meet and need in the context of the fourth industrial revolution, I propose the following solution. The first is the close cooperation with enterprise. With the support of the GIZ Germany, we have in Industrial Advisor Board. Industrial Advisor Board, participant of state management, business, and college. Industrial Advisor Board is bridge between the college and labor market, in which the mission of the enterprise is participate in the development of training program, implementing training, test, learning, and revise related to work. Coordinate with enterprise to build and implement revise partnership project. In the periods of 2022 to 2024, we are implementing at the DPP project on renewable energy, with the goal of building NTVT to become an excellent center on renewable energy. This project is supported by German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, and IPS of Vietnam. The next in the training to meet for industrial revolution requirement, we and supplement the knowledge for industrial revolution for the traditional occupation of the college. At the same time, we will open new industry such as mobile robot, industry 4.0, and smart. And finally, we organize training in the open and way at combining face-to-face and online training. We also train according to requirement of enterprise. Thank you.
And thank you, Nguyen, for your presentation about how this will result of opportunity getting job and education of client, and also they mentioned they have many projects with the pride and ready. The next we invited Mr. Gabriel. He is a teacher of SMK for in Indonesia. That is practice program in the IO4 context and to please employ you. Be in mind you have only 5 minutes for presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everybody. Excellency, Mr. Dr. Song Hyang A, the Director of Simulated, honorable to all speakers and participants. And, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Preah Gunawan. I am from Global Technology Vocational Schools in Indonesia, and my topic is the practicing vocational program curriculum Industry Revolution 4.0 context and school good practice. In order to answer of industry, we be able to prepare qualified and competent human resources in their respective fields. Therefore, the concept of link match and was created between industry and national high school. This is our session structure, our profile. ISMEN is the process of cooperation between industry and vocational schools throughout Indonesia. One SMK can establish relationship with several industries by paying attention to the alignment of the related industry field. The cooperation between school and industry will be mutually beneficial for both parties, with global technology vocational schools have carried out link and match A+I alignment, which includes synchronization. The curriculum must be on vocational, industry, business, and work aspect by strengthening aspect of soft skill, hard skills, and work character to determine grades, competencies that are with the real needs of and of the curriculum. Global vocational schools has been aligned, such as the curriculum and manufacturing industrial classes that are intended for students who will work the industrial sectors. The project-based learning. Project-based learning from the work of work. Learning is pursued based on real project from the work of work, PGBL, to ensure hard skills, soft skills, and strong character. Project-based learning, which includes automotive sector, automotive in our teaching factory, in and automotive sector. The third, teacher or instructor, the number and role on field work practice. Field work or practice for at least one semester. The for industrial work practice, students have reached a minimum one industry. This competence of work and work of work. For graduate instructors, competency certification must be in accordance with work standard needs. 6 is training, and for teacher or instructor, it is updating technology regularly. The 7, teaching factory. Apply research in health support the teaching factory based on case and needs. The 7 of the implementation teaching factory in collaboration with industry. The 8 is the last is taking commitment. Commitment to students and graduates by the work of work. There is a commitment to absorption from industry as well as donation and practical from the industry. The next is curriculum characteristic. The first is the project-based learning for skills and character development, faith, pity, and noble character, mutual cooperation, global diversity, dependence, critical reasoning, and creativity. The second is focus on essential material so that there is sufficient time for in-depth study of basic competencies such as the literacy and numeracy. The last is flexibility for the teachers, carry out learning to students, teach level and make adjustment to be local context and content. The next is curriculum development. The first is semester 1, begins with strengthening literacy, numeracy, creativity, soft skills, leadership, and character. Next semester is hard skill through project-based learning or PBL. The second is the content theory. Subjects are directed to be vocational applied. Next is subjects new, project-based learning, creativity ideas, and entrepreneurship on 3 semesters. Also with strengthening teaching is internship or industry 1 more. The next is new vocational subject use PGBL from consumers, industry, produce. The content is more free to the context of graduates, besides receiving diplomas and competency certification. The next is elective subjects. For 3 semesters, as many as 2 until 3 elective subjects per semester. Example criteria: digital marketing, multimedia, public speaking, foreign language, and so on. The last is subjects new, namely informatics, is content logic, and use digital technology. Next is learning point. The first is student entering, ensuring the input students with their respective passion, talent, potential, and interest. Second, soft skill, strength, character, leadership. First, for building literacy, numeracy, creativity, and critical thinking. The next is hard skill, providing contextual hard skill, learning through project-based learning with industry and the world of work. Next is competency, encouraging internship and competence. The last is graduation, ensuring the creation of graduates with competencies, soft skills, character, and hard skills. I think enough for my presentation. I'm sorry if I missed it. I hope vocation can be better and have so many progress in order to build our nation. Thank you very much. Good day.
With due respect to the dignitaries in the Kingdom of Cambodia, semi-oted officials, participants, visitors, good morning. Representing from Glan School of Arts and Trades, Republic of the Philippines. We dare to and share the challenges and innovative practices in skills development of the school context in Glan School of Arts and Trades. Glan School of Arts and Trades is found in the southmost part of the Philippines in Glan, Sarangani Province. Population 100 enrollees as of last year. We had to develop the learners with the skills first century on information, media, and technology skills, learning innovative skills, communication skills, and life and career skills. We would like to prepare our learners with that higher education, employment, entrepreneurship course that meet with 3 strands in industrial arts, home economics, and information communication technology with the different specializations per strand. We have also tracks offered in senior high school with the academic track, also in technical, vocational, and livelihood track. With 3 strands in academic, we have the HUMS, the ABM accountancy, and human management, humanities and social sciences, and the STEM, of course, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in academic. And in technical, vocational, livelihood, we had 3 strands, industrial arts with the different specializations, home economics, and also information communication technology. The school also had an innovative programs and projects in which we have alternative learning system that will cater to those learners left behind, especially those who are engaged in early marriage and those working students, for them to finish their studies and hone their skills. Of course, the school operation had encountered or experienced challenges with the Filipino culture of white-collar job preference. Besides that, we have also the common experience of the health threat, and in school, the internal factors that we are experiencing, the challenge of rapid and growth in 4 years, and the social status of the learners' family in which it is within below average level. First, the school had an innovative practices of skills development that focused on the school-based management with the 4 principles of it. And with that could be monitored and evaluated through the quality management system. First principle of the school-based management referred to leadership and governance. So with that leadership and governance, we have the bayanihan system, or the synergy and convergence of the different people, not only including it. We formulated with the school improvement plan for 3 years, and with that improvement plan, we also formulated that annual implementation plan for us to follow for that operation. We also have that citizens charter in school that will be the basis for the operation, and of course with that monitoring and evaluation quality management system. Of course, in principle 2 of the school-based management, we have the curriculum and instruction. With that includes education, and with all types of learners in school, we need also to address their needs, especially the time of pandemic. Learning to hybrid learning modality. Likewise, we have the limited face-to-face from piloting to that progressive limited face-to-face. Of course, on that online teaching, in which it's not only catering the learners and the teaching instruction with the teacher, but also that expands with the learning within the members of the family. Besides that, the school has an innovative practices of students immersion with that homebound immersion, and with that also we have these partners that we have in our schools. And for that teaching, learning innovation for special program in the arts, we have the outdoor and also the show of their performance-based activities with the coordination of the ICT skills of our learners. Besides that, we have a program of 3 M's in which we have the convergence with the stakeholders to do that action and support with that home visitation, also with that mentoring and coaching process. Vocational skills development on that face-to-face classes, performance-based activities with bread and pastry production. We have also that dressmaking, we have drawing, machine shop, and of course we have the SMAW or shielded metal arc welding and electrical installation and maintenance. First, we have contextualization for us to advance of the students based on the most essential learning competencies. And principle 3, accountability and continuous improvement. We have the check and act, with it the monitoring and evaluation process, and the professional development of our teachers for skills development with peer mentoring, coaching, and the use of technology. And also we tap with other agencies to deliver us and to give us some scholarships like TESDA. And by now we have on-process scholarship from TESDA with our teachers for skills development. Besides that, we have also the sharing of skills community, patronizing our product with that coconut, with the integration and interference of other special skills. So we had our classroom structuring and learning environment monitoring evaluation with the school monitoring, evaluation, and plan adjustment every quarter with a stakeholder for technical assistance, monitoring and evaluating also our performance, and also to plan adjustment. With the transparency, effectiveness, and efficiency of management of resources in Principle 4, that we also the distribution of different activities and responses and responsibilities. Of course, even in the government funds that we have, this expenditure in the junior high school. And the innovative process for us, the external internal stakeholders with that Brigada Escuela partnership with the school needs development system and the stakeholders' activities for developing the skills of health skills and protection for our learners and even the people in the community in the school. Besides that, Alumni Association had already formulated some assistance in school. We innovated practices also with regards to rewards and recognition. Here, we have the culture of research in all different specializations for both the teachers and the students, in which we formulated 38 researches, and there are 16 of it are now for complete, and then we have the ongoing research. Besides that, we have the virtual recognition of our partners for their support in school and the acknowledgement of those who passed the National Certificate 2 NC2 from TESDA assessment. So these are from the junior and senior high school percentage of passers. With this also, we acknowledge the graduates from the institution in which they are able to maximize their potential and skills, have that entrepreneurial skills presented and also serve in the community with this Twin Sisters Beauty Salon. Besides that, the school has the student earning while learning program that will cater to manufacturing of the computers and graduates for them also to have or to gain some assistance for their studies and also to lighten the burden of their parent. We also have the skills development in sports that we have the virtual competition participated by our partner in which we get 4th place in the national level. And we also acknowledge the effort and the performances of our teachers with this Teacher Model Excellence Award or the Gear Star Awards. In school, we now receive awards from the regional level as the most functional school learning resource center in DepEd Region 12, awards 4 times in the division level as school, mega school category, and recently received an award, 2 awards as the National Brigada Escuela Best Implementing School, Mega School category, and the Most Outstanding School for DepEd TV 20 Awards 2022 for having DepEd TV studio for instructional purposes in the school. So we also have model graduates in international arena with their corresponding awards. And with that, in Gland School of Arts and Trades, we could say that Teamwork makes our dream work. And the key to success is to focus on goals, not to obstacles. With us in Glen School of Arts and Trade, with that passion and perseverance, we're able to achieve and to perform better, best for us to share. God bless and thank you very much.
This one? This one can?
It is the division in the character examination in the issue of technical education.
Stand between you and do an express one. Ladies and gentlemen, overseas and friends, a very good afternoon. I'm Swee Soon from ITE Institute of Technical Education. It is my privilege to next present on the topic using analytics to support teaching and learning. In my presentation, I will share on ITE's experience on using data analytics to support student learning and in the ITE employ education technology to deploy quality technical education. All right, so this is the outline of my presentation. Quick intro on ITE. We are a post-secondary institution established in 1992. This year we celebrate our 30th anniversary. I need to give some context. So in ITE, the application of educational technology journey started with the aim to intensify info contact enabled learning in the college. As shown in diagram, we provide a e-education culture throughout students' learning journey to better support learners' interests and learning styles, and also empowerment of lecturer in teaching delivery. So against this backdrop, I will next set out three use cases. First, on student attendance analytics. This project came about to improve student success, which we know is needed. So the approach is to address the current pain points. First, visibility. We want to break the information silos, connect members of the academic team from the lecturers in the classroom to the principal. Secondly, accessibility. To adopt a standard data format, use common platform, have timely report pushed by Monday every week morning in an all-standard dashboard. And thirdly, culture. Poor attendance is not the problem of a single form teacher. It is a multifaceted problem and a team challenge. This dashboard employs extensive use of color codes to identify challenges. So here you see an individual student performance by week. Green color is for good attendance and red color for challenges. Simple but impactful. Next, the second application I want to share on is on lessons delivery analytics. So the backdrop of this project is an increased adoption of e-learning and data-driven culture in the teaching and learning processes. Is to use students' learning outcome with learning analytics insights to improve module design and on screen, you see a content access report where the lecturer can identify the learning styles in the learning management system that has been frequently accessed or poorly accessed by students. And these are represented by the lengths of the bar. So this will help to address common lecturers' concern, who has never accessed the online module, who is getting low score on online quizzes, and who is not active or spending sufficient time on the learning items. So this learning approach comes in timely during the COVID lockdown in Singapore, which happened in the first quarter of 2020, where students went on full home-based learning. Lecturers track students' engagement and performances in and discussions. All module lecturers are able to easily access the interactive course analytics report anytime off campus. So in summarizing this section, this slide shows the typical usage pattern in the school term. By the end of week 1, we'll be able to identify students who have yet to log on, and around week 3, able to give attentions of students with low interaction, suggesting a lack of engagement to provide timely intervention for students who are falling behind. And by the end of the term, the teaching team comprising of various module coordinators and heads will use the periodic course usage pattern reports to review lesson facilitation strategies by looking at the learning items that students have frequently accessed, and then help our lecturers to share practices and design. Coming on to the last application, this is on assessment analytics, and this is the area that I come from. It's done at both the item and test level, competency performance level, in other words, learning outcome, as well as the module and course performance level. And the game changer for us comes about when we progressively launch online exam from 2018 to replace the pen exam format, hereby allowing the accessibility of assessment data. So let me elaborate. On screen is a sample item and test analytics reports comprising MCQ and short answer questions, which is how the highest and lowest, the mean, the standard deviation, as well as the time taken by candidates. And for the item statistics, this is represented by the path table. One may look at the distractor analysis for the MCQ, facilities value, which represents the difficulty level, as well as the discrimination index, time taken by candidates to attempt each question. The module leads are able to evaluate the candidate's performance from the item and test analytics report to identify areas for improvement. This can be in lesson delivery, design, or the quality of the paper. For ITE, a course is made up of modules. It consists of competency. One is analyze exam performance questions and link it to a module competency so that this can provide insights from the learning outcome. I will not go into the detail of this slide due to timing constraint. So from single item competency, let's go macro and analyze the student performance at the module and so on screen, you will see the pass rate, grade distribution, as well as graduate GPA. And these results will then to review and monitor the results and academic council. For your institution, it could be the examination board or the Senate to approve result for the award of certificates. Proven to be valuable to facilitate CAD leaders to monitor trending across exam series and comparison, and most importantly, maintain the grade standard as whole academic quality. So coming to the last slide, which is on learning points. First, point one is need for institutional-wide strategy. This means investment in technology and system design. Point two, in the area of training and support. Analytics can sound overwhelming for some of our staff, so support them early and convert the more able one to be champion. Point three, privacy and equity. Privacy concern, do take security and access seriously. Be mindful of the digital divides. This refers to uneven or unequal access, plus addressing ethical issues to guard against biasness in how we design and use the system. Point four, collaboration and stakeholders. Work on buy-in, establish team ownership to solve complex problems, provide common platform while allowing for diversity in execution at the department level. This to overcome the typical not invented here syndrome. 5 big questions. This involves huge amount of data to be harnessed in order to effect the outcomes. And it's very easy to get lost. So remember the big questions and stay back. Lastly, point 6, insights. There's a need to balance data-driven decision-making with sanity checks. All the dashboard that I've shown are still but a tool. To process and evaluate against our staff's experience and intuition. So in conclusion, it has been a long and challenging journey, but our experience has been extremely positive. We have achieved a common language, achieved visibility, and gotten useful insight to support our lecturers and management team in data-driven decision-making. My apologies that I'm not able, due to time constraint, to explain the slides. Thank you for your attention.
Basically, it's very important that you use for right?